to others and to ourselves. We miss the wholeness, the concept of being knit together in love and full assurance of understanding. It is a part of what He has placed in our hearts, and we need it to be complete with each other and in Him. We all share the mind of Christ. And I didn't mean to go that whole long thing to get that little kernel out, but it is just a little thing. But this is, every time I read a section of Colossians, there's just another nugget of something that opens up. And it does it all in all Scripture, but Colossians just brings forth the power and the deity and the love and the mercy and I don't know. To me, it's great. And I'm going to stop before I go somewhere else that I'm not supposed to go.
Thank you, Paul. Let me get that mic from you.
Sure enough. I can cut that off before I did that. It's all right.
Good morning, everybody. See, our guest finally arrived. Finally, come all the way from Florida to not show up on time.
I know somebody else who wasn't on time this morning.
Man, and my wife was late. Yes. Who else was late? Oh, Lisa was late too. But she was riding with Sue.
I was with her. It's her fault.
Boy, the blame's passing around. That's all right.
Yeah. Somebody slowed me down.
Yes, that's okay. I'm glad y'all are here now.
It's all Scott and Gail's fault.
Oh, listen to this. Listen to this. You need to stop. Y'all need to stop. Just stop. I want to say hi to everybody again online. I was looking at all the names, and it's coming up on about a year. I guess in September it'll be a year since we started doing this regularly. And I'm talking about Blog TV, sweetheart. And I'm looking around and I'm seeing that connection. Paul was talking a little bit about the body being reconnected. And I'm seeing that. And I've seen it with fellowships here locally. I mean, even Phil, even a couple, 3 years ago, wasn't connected. Now he's connected. Brad and Lisa connected. Paul plugging in. Scott and Gail, in the mix. I even see some people online that are coming every week. And to me, it's humbling, frankly. To me, it kind of makes me go, God, you're really good. You're really good. All right. Let's turn to Hebrews chapter 2. Now, part of the thing I was sharing with the guys the other day, or I think it was, Friday night. We were talking about, I had been in Kings, just listening to 1 Kings over and over and over again. I really like those old stories from a lot of different reasons, but I was listening specifically to Solomon, and something struck me this time as I was going through it. But before we go look at that scenario, I want to read something to you in Hebrews, because Paul is talking to the Hebrews, okay? And he's trying to convince his brethren that Jesus is Christ. He's trying to get it through to them that the guy they killed is the guy that died for them. Okay? Here in chapter 2 he says, therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have Let me try that again. Maybe I get the inflection right this time around. Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard, lest at any time we should what? Let them slip. Do you know how easy it is to know what's right to do, even do it for a period of time, and then just stop? How many people have done it? If you didn't raise your hand, I'd call you a liar. We've all done it, right? The truth of the matter is, when Paul's talking about Colossians, Colossians is a favorite book of mine too, and basically everything you need to know about being a Christian, you can get out of that book. You can get the same sort of bulk of information out of Matthew 5, 6, and 7. I mean, there's just passages that we know and we've been over and over and over and over that give us everything we possibly could ever need to know about God's character, how we are to interact with Him, how we are to interact with each other. These are not some mysterious thing, and I say this from this perspective. If we know that God said, love me and love one another, do we not all know it? Do we not all know